Genre, or as my 8th grade English teacher used to pronounce it, genres, is a way through which we give our artistic compositions meaning. But
would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Genre is more than a classification tool, and to unambiguously use it as such would be undermining its full potential. Genre is a response to a specific and recurrent social situation that is constantly adapting to fit society's wants and needs. The Coen brothers are directors that do not make movies for the sake of pure financial gain. Their stories are packed with meaning, and there is never one definitive message, as each Coen brothers film contains multiple, sometimes contradictory interpretations. Upon first inspection of their 2016 film Hail Caesar, viewers might assume that it is nothing more than a comedic satire on old Hollywood, but to define it as such would be a one-dimensional analysis on a film layered in meaning. Communism as an idea is one of the centerpieces of the movie. The studio's star actor, Baird Whitlock, is kidnapped by communists who want him to help them further their agenda of sneaking Marxist messages into movies by, among other things, being complicit in his own kidnapping. The movie never sees a need to take a stance on communism versus capitalism.
It's all in a book called Capital, with a K.
Oh, right.
Both are treated with equal irreverence. But this idea of the common working man being kept in line by his social superiors is important to their presence. There is a famous Karl Marx quote that, heavily paraphrased, is, "Religion is the opiate of the masses." Marx's quote has often been interpreted to mean that religion is the way that the average working person convinces themselves that everything is okay when things really aren't. Or taken to a greater extreme, that religion is a means of keeping the public docile and obedient. This idea is important to Hail Caesar, even if the quote itself is never spoken. And religion certainly is present in the movie. Eddie Mannix, the protagonist, is a devout Catholic man, going to confession seemingly every day.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
How long since your last confession, my son?
Oh, it's been, 27 hours.
It's really too often, my son. You're not that bad.
When his studio's new Christian epic is finished filming, he brings in 4 religious leaders to look over the script to make sure it has no glaring flaws. And what follows is a brilliantly funny argument between the clergymen on the nature of the divine.
Any visual depiction of the Godhead is most strictly prohibited.
Oh.
But of course, for us, the man Jesus Nazarene is not God.
Aha!
Religion is a factor in the plot, but really, it only plays a minimal role in the idea of being the masses' opiate. Instead, the movie industry has stepped in to fill that role. A few characters actively explain to Clooney's oblivious and impressionable Whitlock that movies are now being used to keep the public happily ignorant to their station in life. What is more, the movie itself presents this as being true. Mannix's job involves manipulating the truth about his studio's talent, such that they always appear better, more innocent, more noble, and more attractive than what they really are. One of his lead actresses is having a baby out of wedlock. He makes an effort to find her a husband, and when that fails, he cooks up a scheme to make it look like that she's adopting a child in need. The leading man in a Western does not have a date to his own movie premiere. He sets one up for him with another one of the studio's actresses, and then fills in the gossip columnist so that tomorrow's papers will run that story and not a possible sex scandal that is being kept under wraps. Mannix's job is to manipulate the truth such that everything looks better than it is, so that the public can believe the Hollywood illusion. Mannix's job makes him sound fairly villainous. After all, he's standing up for dishonesty, and while the movie's more overtly intellectual characters are specifically identifying that as a problem that is destroying society, Hail Caesar isn't content with that interpretation. There's another company courting Mannix, trying to recruit him for their own internal problem-solving needs, since he does such an impressive job of it at Capitol Pictures. The company is Lockheed Martin, whose executive shows Mannix photos of the hydrogen bomb test on Bikini Atoll. Martin's driving argument to Mannix is that This is the real world. You can be a part of something real, making a real difference. Mannix struggles throughout the movie, deciding whether to leave his current job for that one.
If there's something that's easy, is that wrong?
Easy?
Easy to do. Easy to... like an easy job.
But Mannix isn't interested in the real world. He's not interested in truth.
I had a call to a Mr. Cudahy at the Lockheed Corporation.
Long call, short?
Thanks, but no thanks. How long was that?
The truth is that the real world is a scary, dangerous place where we test weapons of mass destruction and use ideologies to dig ourselves into deeper conflict with opposing beliefs. The real world is a place where people are pressured into hiding their sexuality or are sexually exploited in order to get ahead. To Mannix, the real world just plain sucks. And being able to escape from that for a couple of hours isn't lulling the masses into a false sense of security. It's giving them something special and silly and fun, even if it's not the truth, to keep them from sinking entirely into hopelessness.
Because the picture has worth, and you have worth if you serve the picture, and you're never gonna forget that again.
So yes, he's going to keep right on plugging those leaks and keeping up perfect appearances and manufacturing the Hollywood illusion, but people need something lighthearted and fun to keep smiling, and he's going to make sure they get it without having to delve into anything terribly real or difficult or serious. Life is difficult. Humans are diverse and complex. Everyone has their own unique political, economic, and religious beliefs, whether others like it or not. And until we learn how to respect others as diverse individuals, the illusion will remain to be necessary.
Go out there and be a star.
I haven't an opinion.